Hey guys, I'm back. I'm Samantha and I'm a therapist and I'm creating a video every day for a year. This is video 273. Man, I've been having a hard time recording this one today. I have no plans as usual, really. And so I was like, I'm going to pull my notes out and see what I can find. And I found a few things, but I'm like, that just doesn't feel right. So I think I might have it this time. So, and if you have trouble focusing your thoughts or focusing your feelings, maybe this will help you. I'm just going to read something from an email that I received from Esther and Abraham Hicks over the years. And it always has a quote in this email. And so it says, Abraham has been talking a lot lately about focusing the feeling. They are making the point that when humans approach subjects by trying to think our way through them, i.e. weighing the pros and cons, explaining to others, or justifying to ourselves or others, etc., that we just scatter more thoughts around, often causing more split energy, and therefore work against our very intention of becoming clearer. And so many times every day, I've been stopping in the middle of something and doing my best to identify how I want to feel, isolating the feeling as best I can, and staying focused on the feeling until it is obvious to me that I have found it. And I love that because we have to set an intention about what we want to think and feel. And so if we keep things very simple, I just want to keep things as simple as possible on my channel, because another reason why I had a hard time starting this was not only because I was terrified of being on camera and speaking, but it was just, I was so scattered. And I'm still not 100% not scattered. I still have some issues there because I've just got so much I want to share. So I'm trying to funnel it down and trying to figure out ways to get more creative as I do these videos, and I'll get better and better as I go. But we've got to stay as like, what do you want to call it? Like narrowed as much as possible. So a lot of my clients are, I'd say a lot of them, like most of them are 50-50. I'll be like, well, how do you feel about yourself? And they're like, well, I know I'm amazing, but I'm also struggling with these bad thoughts about myself. And I'm like, okay, what percentage are you at, with each one? And they're always 50-50. And so I'll have them write down on a piece of paper, 50, both sides of the paper, 50% good and the 50% that argues against the good and that isn't true. And then sometimes for fun, we'll cross out the negative whole side, and I'll be like, you're going to live from this identity. These are the thoughts you're going to think now. And so we have to be really careful. We have to focus on the feeling that we want to feel, and we have to focus on the thoughts that we want to think, or else the brain is just going to go. It's just going to go wherever we want it to go. An example is today I deleted some apps off my phone, and I kind of moved them around on my phone. And I was used to going to a couple of those apps in a certain spot. And so when I went to try to go to the app, I clicked the wrong app because that old app used to be in that place. That is literally how our brain works. It's like, muscle memory, mirror neurons. It's like, it's all just right there. And I tried to hit it. And of course it took me to the wrong one. And I was like, that is such a great example of how the brain is so programmed after we've seen something multiple times. We think it's still in that same spot. Or if you move your toothbrush to the left side of the sink instead of where it's been on the right, you're always going to reach for that right side until your brain gets used to the new neural pathway that you've created by moving your left hand instead of your right hand. So keep this stuff in mind, that this is how we're programmed. You are just programmed. The way that you think right now, it can be changed at any moment. You can start this at any time you want to, which is so exciting to me because I'm like, I'm brand new every moment. Like if I'm having, an issue that day or the day feels weird or whatever, I'm like, I can just start over right now. Like you can literally choose to start over right now. Is everything around you going to magically be perfect? No, not right away. But there's a reason for everything. And so if you give a positive meaning to everything that's happening around you and just say, whatever is going on right now is going to benefit me. It is for my benefit only. And you just live from that. Life gets so exciting. I do this on purpose every day. I'm like, instead of asking, why does this happen? Or why did this person do this? Or why am I feeling this way? Why am I still in the same place, in the same, whatever it is that I'm thinking that day. I'll say, man, this is so exciting. Like, I wonder what's happening. I wonder I wonder what this is going to show me later on. I wonder what I'm going to learn from this. This benefits me in some way, or it wouldn't be happening right now. So I wonder what I could extract from this, and start thinking, oh, wow, well, this inherently has no meaning. So I'm going to decide what meaning I'm going to give this today. And that's the power that we have with deciding. And we have to decide with intention what type of person we want to be that day. So as you decide, instead of just let life happen to you, you'll get to know yourself so much better, and the days will be so much better for you when you feel like you have more control. That's definitely something I hear from a lot of people. They say, I have no control over my thoughts. And I'm like, you really do, I promise. You just haven't trained yourself to believe that just yet. And it just feels like, your feelings overtake you sometimes. And another thing, like I've heard from a lot of people that say, well, yeah, I've had a lot of stuff going on lately, and it's just a hard month, or it's a hard week, or it's a hard year. And I want us to change the way we speak, because I've done that too. And I think words are spells. What we say are spells. And so if we're constantly saying, this is a hard year, this is a hard day, this is a hard week, the word crazy, I say it way too much. I need to replace this word. I say, it's a crazy week. It's been a crazy day. Like, I say that all the time. I've got to change that. Like, that's one thing. That's a goal I have this year. Replace the word crazy. I'll say it's an exciting day, or it's a challenging day. I love a challenge. Like, I need to start saying that instead. And that's what I'm going to practice. I intend to start doing that, because when I say it's crazy or it's hard, when we say those things, we're programming those things in. We can hear ourselves say those things. And also the way you're speaking to yourself. Are you speaking lovingly to yourself? Or are you speaking with, are you giving yourself grace for your quote hard week or your hard year? Are you overextending yourself in ways that you don't know that you are? And that's why it's been a little bit harder or more challenging for you. So we've got to figure out, first of all, let's define it in a different way as challenging, or maybe it could be fun even. The crazy days can be fun. And one thing I started knowing about or thinking about was, whenever something was happening, no matter what it was, if it was an errand that I had to run, or, extra things that I had going on that week, or, something that was going to challenge me that week, that I was like, oh man, I would be like, this is my life. All of this encompasses my life. So if I just live in my life, live in the moment, then I don't have to think about all these other things that I'm doing and be like, oh God, I got to do this and this and this week. Sundays, I know this is Sunday. This is February 22nd of 26 for future reference. And it's, almost 4:00 p.m. and they call it the, what is it? The Sunday, what is it called? The Sunday, crazies or something like that. It's like the Sunday, you're like dreading Monday basically. And so I want us to not dread the next day or dread the week. It's like just saying, no, this is my life. I'm going to enjoy every piece of it, because every piece of it is shaping and molding you into the person you're becoming. It has nothing to do with what's going on in your life. Think of it that way. That's how I started thinking of life. I was like, this has nothing to do with the symbols around me, because everything is a symbol that you can assign a meaning to, and an event that you can assign a meaning to, and all these things. But I was like, this is my life. I'm becoming this person by, running these errands, by talking to these people, by making this phone call, all of these things. It's shaping me into who I'm becoming, and that is exciting. So if you stick with that and just be present as much as possible, and you can train yourself to relax. That's another thing we're going to talk a lot about, is like how to feel safe, how to relax, how to stay calm no matter what's going on. That'll be future. Just like really get into the moment and stay there. Milk it for all it's worth. Whenever you feel good, just be like, this feels so good. This is awesome. I need to just stay here. This is how it should feel all the time for me. This is how it can feel all the time for me. And just kind of stay there and just notice that, this is my life. I'm living it right now. I'm being in it. So I think that's really important, instead of delaying happiness for whenever it's Friday and it's a weekend, then I'm going to be happy. We can't do that. We got to be happy now. And then watch your world change as you just practice being happy now. It's pretty cool how it works. So, Well, I will leave you with that today. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Thank you so much for watching. If this helped you in any way, please share it with somebody else who might benefit from the information at all. And remember, you are so loved. And remember to appreciate yourself, because what you appreciate appreciates. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.